Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We're going to do some more systems of equations, but this time it's going to be dependent and inconsistent. We'll learn what that means later on. And you will be able to do 5.12. So today students will be able to, will be able to solve or not solve strange case equations. And you'll see what that means once we have look at some of the problems. So dependent means that somehow you end up with a similar equation. And let's look at this example so that you can see what it means. You buy 2 sodas and 3 burgers for $8. We don't know how much is 1 soda or 1 burger, so we're just going to represent it with a variable. So 2x plus 3y equals 8. And of course you could use an S for sodas and a B for burgers. That's also fine. In fact, it would be easier to identify what each one represents. Your friend buys 4 sodas and 6 burgers for $16. 4 sodas and 6 burgers for $16. And dependent means that if you notice, if I was to multiply the upper equation by 2, so it will be 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 3y is 6y, and 2 times 8 is 16. So basically you're talking about a similar equation. All you're doing is just doubling every single value. So that means that you have the same equation basically. Okay, so how do we solve this? If you recall, what you're going to do is multiply by the opposite so that you can be able to eliminate. So you're going to multiply by -2 every single term. And so you're going to get -2x, -6y equals -16. And then you're going to have this one over here. You're just going to bring it down the way it is. But what happens when you add to eliminate one of the variables? Whoops, I noticed that -2 times 2 is -4. When I want to eliminate one of the variables, if we have a -4x and +4x, that cancels. -6y and +6y cancels. -16 and +16 cancels. And so you end up with 0 equals 0. So what it means is that because these are the same on both sides, we're going to say that this is infinite solution. And what it means is that if we were to graph this information, we would end up with 2 lines that overlap. So basically, I mean, we don't know the direction right now, and I don't expect you to graph it, but you would end up with a graph like that, and then the next line would also go right there. Okay, infinite solution means that every point is a solution for this system of equations. Okay, and so those are called dependent cases. Okay, let's look at another one. If you need more time, of course, you can go ahead and pause it. Now, inconsistent, what does that mean? Well, let's look at this and the answer will come up. You buy a soda and 2 cheeseburgers. Your cost is $5. So 1 soda and 2 cheeseburgers, and the cost is $5. Your friend buys 2 sodas and 4 cheeseburgers, and his or her cost is $11. If you notice, you're doubling the order, but then the price doesn't just double. In fact, it goes a little above that. So that's what it means inconsistent, and once we solve it, you will see what it means, okay? So again, I'm gonna use elimination, and I'm gonna multiply by -2, just because if I multiply this coefficient, which is a 1 in here, times -2, it's -2, and it will cancel with this one. Okay, so -2x, -4y equals -10, and I'm just gonna bring this one the way it is, or I could just use them. And so when I add the two equations to eliminate one of the variables, I end up canceling or eliminating both variables because we have opposite coefficients for both x and y. So I end up with 0 on this side. On the other side, -10 plus 11 is 1. So 0 is not equal to 1. So therefore, we are going to say that this is no solution. And that's what it means by inconsistent. I mean, the price or what you pay for double the amount of the same items is not double. The price is not double. So it's inconsistent. And therefore, we say that there is no solution. If we were to graph this, again, I'm not asking you to graph it, but if we were to graph it, basically it means that one of the lines is going to go like that, and maybe another one would go like that. So basically the two lines are going to be parallel to each other. And of course, these don't match these equations, but it's just to show you that when it says no solution, it means the lines will never meet. Okay? So this is what I'm asking you to give me. When the two variables eliminate and you have different numbers on either side of the equal sign, then we say no solution. This is gonna be what I'm gonna be grading, okay? And for the previous one, this is what I'm gonna be looking for, infinite solution. If you don't write that, then I'm gonna mark some points off. Okay, what about this one right here? So in the other ones, it was related to word problems. In here now we have some equations. I cannot cancel, but I can definitely multiply by -1, one of the equations, and so I get -1 times y is -y. -1 times -2x is +2x. -1 times 7 is -7. Remember that you have to multiply every single term, including the other side of the equal sign. This one, you're just going to bring it down the way it is, and so you have +y, -2x, +5. So -y and +y cancel. +2x, -2x cancel. So you end up with 0 on this side of the equal sign. -7 plus 5 is -2. And again, my two variables eliminated. Okay? It's not when you have x equals 0, no. But when the two variables eliminate and the numbers are different, then we write no solution. Okay? No solution. Okay, now let's do another one. Okay, in here, again, I have my y, my x, but then they're not able to, I can't eliminate one of the two variables, so I'm gonna multiply, and it looks like I need a 2 in here to eliminate with a -2. So I will multiply every single term, and so it's gonna be 2 times y is 2y, 2 times -2x is -4x, 2 times 6 is 12. And so I'm just gonna copy the second one. So it's -2y, +4x, -12. 2y minus 2y, cancel. -4x plus 2x, plus 4x, cancel. And that's equals to 0. 12 minus 12, they cancel, and that's equals to 0. So if the two numbers on either side of the equal sign are the same, we say infinite solution. Okay, so we do that only when the two variables eliminate, not when one of the variables says x equals 0 or y equals 0. Okay, because I've noticed that after learning about these situations, these strange cases, if a student ends up with x equals 0, then immediately they go to no solution. No, it means that x is equals to 0, so now you can find y. It's only these strange cases only when x and y eliminate. Okay, so I hope this helps, and now you can work on 5.12.